Grand SEIKO GMT. Oh boy, this is going to be special. It all started June 7th at the Grand SEIKO event in Cleveland, where I met Teddy Baldassar for the first time and Joe Kirk, the North American curator for Grand SEIKO. It's the watch I've been waiting for. Amy contributed to a watch for our celebration of 15 years together, and guess what? We got married. We eloped. The family, the friends, they don't even know, but they will this weekend on the 5th of July, which is our Christmas in July celebration. That's why I'm making this video about a few days before, and it's not being released until after July 5th. So this becomes officially my wedding watch, my gift from my better half. You can't ask for better sentimental value than that. Now, even though it didn't arrive before the actual special day, which was June 13, it had a tough journey coming from DHL because they're striking in Canada. So that's a tough sell right there, but no big deal. We get past it. And guess what? It arrives before July 5th, so I get to play with it, have it on the wrist for a while, and it's been dynamite. Now, when we do have the backyard barbecue, it's going to be a surprise for my mom, my dad, my family, my relatives, cousins, you name it, all the family friends. It's going to be insane. The announcement of the engagement and the elopement at the same time, and no one has to be hassled. All they need to do is drink and be merry. Or not drink and still be merry. It's been a secret since May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. That's how we roll, covert. Today's video is sponsored by Daily Watch. Go to dailywatch.com and check out whatever accessories may just work for you. They have everything from watch cases to rolls to different types of travel solutions like this one here. This is the 2-watch travel solution that you have. Can go into a backpack or into your pockets for that matter, and away you go, right? In case you're on the go and you want to shoot some video or travel. You have personalization items like the 3-watch roll here. All nice, beautiful, genuine leather. You've got the velvet in the inside, in orange and green too as well, colorway. And you have your inscription embossed right there, up to 8 characters. Ross, TCC for the Covert Crow. Yeah, and they just sent me out the luxury watch cleaning kit. And guess what? I washed the watch before I put it on my wrist. So I'll show you the video of that as well. Pretty cool. It's got like a foam solution and a brush and a couple cloths for the polishing and the wiping to dry. Check them out, dailywatch.com. I'll put the link down below there. And there'll be a promo code at the end of the video that you can collect. Plus, we didn't want to hassle everyone with having to worry about that stuff and gifting us. We've all been through it before, so it's no big deal. But it was special and just relaxed for our day. I think they're going to be surprised. Now, I've been searching a long time for the right Grand SEIKO for me, and I love some of them out there. I love a tool watch too, so you kind of understand where I'm going to be going with the direction of this design. And over the years, Grand SEIKO's been making some awesome watches, some great tool watches especially. In particular, one of my favorite complications, the GMT. And I already reviewed the show that Jason lent me from Toronto Timepiece Show. Yeah, that's a fantastic design. I love it. There's so many different models of the GMT, so which one is it going to be? My list of demands per se? Well, I never want to forget where the roots are, and with the brand especially, appreciating where it's been and the forward movement and going into the future. I've always loved and had a SEIKO in my collection. But the Grand SEIKO is next level craftsmanship and refinement here. Now, in case you didn't know, in 2017, Grand SEIKO became an independent brand of SEIKO, and although under the same umbrella, they are 2 different brands. Now, my list of demands, I wanted the GMT, but without the sport timing bezel on the exterior. I knew I wanted spring drive, 9R66. The 9R66 is not only in this design, but it's in the newer release GMT models as well. What does that tell you about the movement? And I was really fond of the original dials from 2009 where SEIKO was on top and the Grand SEIKO was below. With all of this in mind, I wanted a reasonable price. Enter the SBGE009. Now, I did attend the Grand SEIKO event in Cleveland, like I mentioned, the suburb of Westlake, specifically with regards to the Teddy Baldassar and Grand SEIKO event. I met Joe Kirk there, like I mentioned, was able to learn a lot of information about the spring drive, about the ultra-fine accuracy movement, about the quartz movement, the 9F, which I reviewed previously on Torin's model, which was fantastic and ultimate accuracy as well. And when Joe Kirk was talking about and explaining the movement, which was excellent, by the way, the dynamics of how it operates, the new technology moving forward, and where they've been, like, it was just all so surreal at first, and then you just soak it all in as much as you can. In fact, during the event is when I made the purchase of the SBGE009. Yeah, there's so many models, like the titanium SBGE285, like the show that I reviewed. However, I didn't want to break the bank. I knew Amy was contributing too, and I wanted to contribute a little bit myself. So I opted to go for the older design, which I'm a big fan of anyway. So it all just worked. It came together. And I think we have to be realistic for a second, right? If I'm going to go over the border to the United States, by the time I'm dropping, $7,000 US, that's like $10,000 Canadian. So you have to really be careful there. Although there's some great options for you, I think the price points were just a little bit outside of what I'm willing to spend at that point. So to each his own, right? Not to say that those newer designs aren't on the radar for sure, but it's done. I'm not going to ramble on anymore. It's done, right? This is it. The special piece right here represents 15 years I've been with my special lady, and now for the rest of our lives. Let's not forget the Grand SEIKO GMT SBGE009 is the star of the show. Let's get a bird's eye view. It's been on the wrist for a few days. I'm not going to lie. It's not like I was going to keep it in the box. It's meant to be worn. A 2009 release. This is 39.4 millimeters in diameter. A real sweet spot here for this one. And it's going to fit a wide range of wrists. 13.8 millimeter thickness, and with this older case design, you can actually see that the case back and that bezel sapphire accounting for several millimeters there of the thickness. It's a tool watch at the end of the day with a nice great movement inside. It's spring drive. Now this model doesn't come with the exhibition case back, which the new ones do, but it does have that Grand SEIKO lion medallion etched right into the back of the steel. 46.5 millimeters across your wrist with a lug to lug, and with the fold of the bracelet you're probably looking closer to 48. Sloped and drilled lugs that lean down towards the wrist. It has a nice wraparound feel for this bracelet, not to mention the ease of the strap changes that you would have, keeping it efficient, just in case you wanted to swap out for maybe leather or NATO or the like. I think the steel here is going to work for me. I'm not a real steel person. I have lots of Artem straps, lots of backups that I can throw on, leather or NATO, but I think the steel is going to work here for the full package dynamic. I've already been to Raffy's and had it sized. Well, it finally arrived after almost a month. We're stopping at Raffy. We got to get her sized, but it's on the wrist. That was easy. $28 and one link removed. Good job. Good job, Raffy. The overall weight on the steel, I'll drop that down below for you and post it for you. 100 meters of water resistance with a screw down crown. You got to like that. Peace of mind around your water sources. Great for the pool, the ocean, you name it. Now, Grand SEIKO has a robust crown here with those crown guards as well on either side. And the case has shape and character to it. It's not as rounded as the newer release cases, but it still offers that elegant look and functional look despite the casual dress tool watch aesthetic. It's like a covert tool watch or a quasi sports watch with a fixed steel sloped bezel, and you can see the lines, especially with the bezel area as well, with the Grand SEIKO infamous Zaratsu polishing. Now it's going to be tough to video because of the lights and the reflectiveness here, but holy cow, professional. I'm not even amateur here. I just get it done and I have fun doing it. But I can tell you right now, it's already going to be my go anywhere, do anything for 2025. I'm surprised it took me this long to get it. And in case you do not know, the amount of hand polishing and hand craftsmanship that goes into a Grand SEIKO design is unbelievable. I mean, I learned from Grand SEIKO curator Joe Kirk at the event there in Cleveland that even, the indices and the hands and everything that's applied has the utmost, most stringent of scrutiny when they come to perfection for every watch, every design, even right down to the bluing and the tempered blue hands of some of the spring drive models or the GMT hands and things like that. It's just unbelievable. Now the dial, we have a cross hatch like waffle cone design, white kind of textured as well, and it's like off-white, and sometimes it actually has like a hint of pink to it or cream color. It's pretty dynamic. It's pretty special. It's what I loved about the design right away. It just spoke to me. You have SEIKO at the 12 and you have the Grand SEIKO spring drive GMT information at the 6. I don't know what it is about it. I just love it. You have the past and you have the present kind of built into one watch. The spring drive indicator there between the 7 and 8 position, some people think it takes away from the dial. Let me know how you feel. I know that's, you know what, I just love it. It's all part of that design. It's super special, and I get to know how much power I have left before I have to wind this baby up if I take it off. But it's not coming off. A framed out window there, silver, to match the watch design. I think it works, you know, in the case. It's tucked in there in place of the indice at the 3 o'clock position, right? Black on white display, so you do have a color match going on there. I think it all just works. It's not a big deal. Like I mentioned before, applied handcrafted indices around the dial. Doubled up at the 12 for orientation as well as the 6. We have sword style silver, hour and minute and large sweeping seconds hand. And when I say sweep, I mean this thing's gliding. This is spring drive like no other watch company design you've ever seen. It's spring drive. Lastly, that fire blue or tempered blue steel GMT hand with the skeleton arrow at the end for contrasting colors and easy identification there. It just works. And when you hear the story too, like Grand SEIKO has someone assigned to this task to bring you that rich blue color. Someone's actually crafting these blue tempered hands every time for every design. It's like an art. Now, there isn't any lume for these hands and this design. That's the one thing you might have to get over. I've already gotten used to it. It's no big deal. But with the polishing and with the design of the hands and the indices and everything, like you're getting reflection from almost any light source that you have. So yeah, low super light is not going to give you what you need. But if you do have some sort of light source, you're going to be rocking and rolling. Not a big deal. You'll see the reflection. You'll be kind of surprised as to what little light you can actually have the ability to view the hands and see the time. It's surprising. Now, this is the Caliber 9R66 Grand SEIKO Spring Drive, an automatic marvel in watchmaking. You may want to check out Teddy Baldazar's channel to get a good explanation as to how it works, but it's basically a combination of the mechanical movement meets the electric power without a battery. Automatic winding, 72-hour power reserve. We're talking about plus or minus 15 seconds a month for this one, and it's even more accurate now. Now, the bracelet, I know some people have had issues with the bracelet, but I'm not a big, it's not bothering me, right? 19 millimeters tapering down to 18 millimeters there. It's got a push button fold over closure. There's a little tiny lip there, so it's not as seamless as you would think. Does it really bother me? It's not bothering me. I think it's fine. Now, as far as removing links and stuff like that, hey, come on now. I'm no expert and no Grand SEIKO, professional here. For there to be screws on both ends, right, with the pin in the middle, working with the mini screwdrivers and stuff. No, not with these big hands. I'm taking it in to get it done. Now, this one, of course, is several years old, right? And it had a life before it got to me. And you know what? One of the most challenging things was taking some video of this watch and showing you the images, right? And you get to see the swirls, you get to see the scratches and, the little impact marks, because this watch was on someone else's wrist before it came to me, and now it's got a second life, possibly even a third life. We don't know. All I know is I was able to make the purchase from a reputable seller online, and they got it here as soon as they could. Obviously, DHL being on strike was not part of the equation. You probably can find this model for anywhere from I would say around $3,000 to $3,500 Canadian. Online, Chrono24, eBay, if it's reputable seller. Make sure you have a good check and check out the standing and things like that. The overall wear, I have to say, in a few short days here, has been dynamite. Once I got it sized at Raffi, I'm like, wow. With the specifications here, this Grand SEIKO could be for men, could be for women. I mean, it's right there in that sweet spot when it comes to the dimensions. They're built to last. Grand SEIKO, top notch. The quality is awesome. Craftsmanship is on point. And you know what? You're getting a durable timepiece that's going to outlast you, probably. Joe Kirk said it best. They're built to last. I love the design. It hasn't disappointed from the time it got out of the box and got onto my wrist. Grand SEIKO GMT Spring Drive. Wow. What more can I say other than go out and get yourself one? I'm Ross. Thanks for coming to the channel. I appreciate all the support. Do all the fancy things, and I guess I'll see you on the next one.